Commander Nation, listen up. What's happening on and off the field right now is wild. First, we've got to talk about a blockbuster move. That's right. Rumors are swirling, and it looks like a star wide receiver might be heading to DC. This is the kind of signing that can completely change a season, and if it goes through, the Commanders could be setting up a lethal offense. And that's not all. Keep your eyes on this. There's another move in the works that could give our defense a much-needed twist. Word is we might be looking at signing a veteran cornerback from the AFC South, someone with the experience and skills to lock down our secondary. Could he be the player we need to shut down opposing offenses? We'll find out together, but I can tell you this signing could be a game-changer for our season. Finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. One of the pillars of our defense, our defensive tackle, just dropped a statement that's got us all dreaming big. It feels good to have a great team. What's up, Washington? Let's dive right in, because this rumor about Devante Adams cannot be overlooked for the Commanders. And yeah, I know you're going to ask, what does Adams have to do with us? Well, I'm telling you, everything. The Raiders are exploring the possibility of trading one of the best receivers in the NFL. And guess what? The Commanders are in that conversation. Now, is this just smoke, or is there actually fire behind this rumor? I believe there are solid reasons to think we might be looking at a huge move. Look, Adams is at a breaking point with the Raiders. We've seen this before. Vague statements, lack of communication with coach Antonio Pierce, and that infamous beast known as social media. What are we talking about? Pierce liking a post about a potential trade, the fact that they haven't spoken. I ask you, isn't this the classic example of where there's smoke, there's fire? I'm telling you, the relationship between Adams and the Raiders seems broken, and when that happens, savvy teams jump on the opportunity. The Commanders could be that team. And think about it, Washington is now 3-1, with rookie QB Jaden Daniels showing he's got ice in his veins, leading the league in EPA for quarterbacks. What better time to give Daniels a true superstar by his side? Let's be real, having Terry McLaurin is great, but if we add a Devante Adams, we'd be an offense to fear. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The cost. Yes, I know. Devante Adams is 32 and has a hamstring injury. We're not getting the Adams from 3 years ago, but he's still an elite receiver. Is it worth the risk? I say yes. The Commanders are at a pivotal moment, and if we add someone like Adams, we'd send a clear message to the rest of the league. Washington means business. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is easy. The Jets, Bills, Ravens, they're all in the mix for Adams. But why not us? I ask you, wouldn't it be epic to see Adams snagging passes from Daniels, leaving defenders in the dust like they're just practice cones? Now, here's my closing point. Devante Adams in Washington wouldn't just change our offense, it would change our entire season. And yeah, maybe we'd be buying at the tail end of his career, but he still has gas in the tank. And on a team like this, he could be the spark that gets us to the playoffs. All right. Let's get straight to the point, because this news about the Washington Commanders is a bombshell we can't ignore. The team has kicked off the season with a 3-1 record, and suddenly, everyone in the league is talking about us. What? Is that enough? I ask you, can we keep relying solely on an explosive offense? Heck no. The defense needs a boost, and Bleacher Report suggests that the man for the job could be veteran cornerback Trey Herndon. Now, before you start saying, who's this guy? Let me remind you of something. Herndon has 6 seasons in the NFL, most of them with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he's no slouch. I'll tell you this, he wasn't drafted, but he still earned his spot on a 53-man roster. That's no small feat. In 2019, he had 3 interceptions, and in 2020, he racked up 62 tackles. The dude knows how to play. And looking at what he did last season with a 73.1 coverage grade on Pro Football Focus, it's clear he still has some gas left in the tank. Here's where I'm wondering, is this the reinforcement we need? I think so. Because if I'm being honest, our secondary has been a disaster. We've allowed more passing touchdowns than any other team in the league, 10 in total, and we haven't managed a single interception in the first 4 games. Not one. And when I see those numbers, I wonder, how can we expect to keep winning if we're letting opposing quarterbacks stroll down the field like it's their backyard? Now, to top it off, we're without our first-round rookie, Emmanuel Forbes Jr., who injured his thumb in the first game and hasn't shown the expected level. So what can we do? That's where Herndon comes in. I'll tell you this. We need a veteran who can bring stability and experience. I'm not saying Herndon is an all-pro caliber player, but is he better than what we have? Definitely yes. Look, we've got Benjamin St. Just and rookie Mike Sainristil still starting. Sainristil has shown a lot of potential. He's athletic, aggressive, but he's still a rookie, and that always brings ups and downs. We need someone like Herndon who can fill the gap, especially in critical situations like third downs or in the red zone. Remember Herndon's interception on fourth down against the Giants? That's what we need. Guys who make big plays when it counts. Now I ask you, is this the move that's going to save our defense? I think it's a step in the right direction. It's not just about adding talent. It's about bringing in someone who can lead, teach, and help our young guys develop. That's what Herndon can bring. At the end of the day, if we keep neglecting that secondary, opposing teams are going to exploit it time and time again. I'll tell you this, it's now or never. The team is in a unique position to compete in the NFC this year, but if we don't strengthen our defense, especially our pass coverage, those playoff dreams could crumble quickly. All right, folks, let's talk about Darren Payne, our defensive giant. This guy has seen it all, from the darkest days to the revival we're living through with the Washington Commanders. After that beatdown we gave the Arizona Cardinals, 42-14, the team is now 3-1, and Payne couldn't be happier. Now, what do you make of this? Payne came out and said, "It feels good to have a good team." And I ask you, what does that really mean for us? This isn't just some casual remark, no way. This comes from a guy who's been with the franchise since 2018, who's seen the ups and downs, the coaching changes, the restructures. This comment carries weight. Payne is speaking from the experience of someone who has struggled, fought hard, and is now seeing the rewards. So I gotta ask, how much impact does this kind of leadership have on the defense? Because honestly, I think having Payne, Allen, and Way as the veterans on this squad is the backbone that's holding us up. And I'm telling you, with the performance we're seeing from Payne and the trust he has in the team, it looks like we're in for a special season. Now let's take a moment to talk about another key detail. Jayden Daniels, our quarterback. Darren Payne made it clear. I love being able to sit on the bench, sip my Gatorade, and get back on the field after they score. This, my friends, is confidence in the QB, something we haven't always had around here. And I ask you, how long has it been since we had a quarterback that the defense trusts like this? Look, Jayden Daniels is taking the offense to another level. When the defense can rest easy knowing the offense is going to do its job, it changes everything. Washington is averaging 30.3 points per game, the third best in the league. Do you realize what that means? This team is transformed. Now let me throw this out there. Is this the best team we've seen in recent years? Because I'm telling you, with the stats backing it up, scoring over 30 points a game and having a defense that's pretty much controlling the pace, this is a team that can go far. What do you all think? Are we finally in a season where the Commanders break that curse that's been haunting us? Commanders fans, I want to hear your thoughts. Should we go all in and bet on Devante Adams this year? Or should we stick to our current path and build slowly? Comment down below. Don't hold back. Your voice is part of this conversation, and together we're stronger. And now the big question. Would you sign Trey Herndon to bolster our secondary? Or do you think we should look for another player who can make a difference? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm eager to hear your analysis. Also, how do you see the impact of Darren Payne and Jayden Daniels? Are they the duo that will take us to the Super Bowl? Or is there still something missing to reach the next level? I want to read your opinions. This is my commitment to you. A video a day with the most important news about our Washington Commanders. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video so we can keep growing this great family together. Join this community, and as always, hail to the Redskins.